anong pinakamasarap na cheese bread sa Pampanga?
Ang pinakamasarap na cheese bread ay LBS.
Ito, pinakamasarap.
LPS Bake Shop, number 1 sa Pampanga.
Masarap siya.
Ang pinakamasarap na cheese bread sa Pampanga LBS po.
Yung lasa ng cheese bread is very homey na every bite daw, parang yakap-yakap daw siya ng nanay niya.
It's nighttime. Just as the people of San Fernando, Pampanga are probably tossing and turning in their sleep, the bakers of a humble bakery in Barangay Santo Rosario toss and turn several kilos of dough for their famed cheese bread and other pastries, thousands of them, to be sold in the morning.
Ako si Leila Santiago, the third generation owner of LBS Bake Shop. Yung bakery business namin, originally, yung lola ko, siya yung nagbe-bakery sa sa Arayat. Nag-move kami from Arayat to San Fernando. Bali may supplier kami dito ng bakery ingredient. In-offer nila yung pwesto nila. Doon namin na umpisahan yung LA Bake Shop. So naging mag-partner yung mother ko and yung owner ng pwesto na si Angeline. Doon nanggaling yung mga initials nila, yung Leonie and Angie. Kaya naging LA Bake Shop siya. Yung lola ko, nagbabarter siya ng mga goods from Arayat. Dinadala niya sa Divisoria. There was a time, walang cash na pambayad yung mga traders. So ang binabayad sa kanya is yung flour. Hanggang sa dumami yung flour namin, why not open a bakery? So, doon nag-start yung Julius Bakery. Yung mga parents ko, natuto din sila kasi parang tumutulong din sila doon sa bakery. Hanggang nag-pass on na lang sa generation namin. Nung nag-asawa na yung dad ko, nung naging mag-asawa na sila, parang yung management, pinas on niya sa parents ko. Partners yung mother ko tsaka si Angeline dun sa LA Bake Shop. Nag-start yun noong 1985. Bali 20 years din kaming mag-partner. But siguro, merong mas ibang plan sa amin si God. So, sila mismo nagsabi na gusto na nila maghiwalay na kami. So, tamang-tama naman, in-offer sa amin itong pwesto namin ngayon. Why not use the name of my mother, which is Leonila V. Santiago, and nilagyan na lang namin ng bake shop and kitchenette. So, doon nag-start yung aming LBS, which is nung 2008 ito.
Run by third and fourth generation of Santiagos, LBS bakes their cheese bread fresh every day, a well-guarded recipe that many have been trying to duplicate but fall short of every time.
Bali yung kwento ng cheese bread, nag-start yun nung may mag-apply sa amin na baker. Tapos parang dinemo niya yung cheese pandesal, yun yung tawag namin dun sa ginawa niya. Since yung mother ko, sa bakery business talaga sila, parang in-improve nila yung recipe hanggang sa makarating kami dun sa kung ano yung cheese bread today. So, from cheese pandesal, naging cheese bread na siya.
To meet the huge demand of their cheese bread, LBS bakes their prized golden bites in 2 batches. One at night to be sold during the opening hours and another at noon to be sold in the afternoon. There is only one guarantee, and that is everything will be gone by the end of the day.
Average of 8,000 to 10,000 pieces per day. That's about siguro 300 plus boxes a day. Bale, yung 1 box of cheese bread is 30 pieces per box. Pero meron din kaming mix siya with the Spanish bread. 10 pieces the Spanish and 20 pieces the cheese bread. Isa rin yung Spanish bread sa bestseller namin. Sa paggawa ng cheese bread, Parang mga basic ingredients din yung mga ginagamit namin like yung flour, sugar, shortening, tapos margarine. Pero yung pinaka-crumble nung cheese bread sa taas, meron kaming special mixture na ginagawa which is imported yung aming ingredients. Kaya cheesy siya, na creamy, na soft. Yun yung nagpapasarap. Kahit siguro yung mga suki namin, halos almost everyday silang umibili ng cheese bread. And affordable siya. Even sa abroad, maraming nagpapauwi ng cheese bread. Talagang nakakatuwa pag nakikita mo yung mga yun. There was a time na may nagpunta dito from Norway. Talagang dinayo pa daw niya yung cheese bread namin dito. Bata pa lang kami, tumutulong kami sa pagbabalot ng mga bread na ginagawa namin. Every afternoon, nagbebenta kami ng mga hot pandesal. Ako, yung sister ko si Pai, tapos yung cousin namin, kaming tatlo, bit namin yung drum na punong-puno ng hot pandesal. Tapos, naglalakad kami, nililibot namin yon. So, nag-e-enjoy kami. At the same time, meron kaming konting bayad for our work. Meron na kaming 3 branches of LBS. Dito sa downtown, ito yung pinaka-main branch namin. And yung isang branch namin is along MacArthur Highway. And the last branch is located at Santa Rosario Street, Angeles City. Pag nagpunta sila dito, tinatry na rin nila yung mga ibang pagkain, palabok, sisig, na famous din dito sa San Fernando, yung mga barbecue. Siyempre, nakakatulong din yon sa aming mga Kapampangan. Basta pagkain Kapampangan, manyaman. Parang malaking bagay din yung dayuhin yung cheese bread dito sa San Fernando. Pwede mo yan, pag may gathering ng family, may party, pang gift, pang giveaways, pag Christmas, yun yung sinishare namin sa mga relatives namin, sa mga friend. Pag kinain mo yung cheese bread, maaalala mo talaga yung taong nagbigay sa'yo.